So again, when I look at the map, you do have to play this politics from Robin Hood. Presidential level, I don't really know what side of the fence this is coming through in terms of who's doing that information. When GameStop did this, Robin Hood got wise on it because you have to know that system. Is it illegal trading? It's like, well, I tried to keep things going. These people are hitting this market on that. You're getting in the way of two King Kongs, Great Wall of China between them for one of those physics for what it is, and certainly that kind of neural networking, kids, AI programmers and stuff like that can pull it together on that kind of mountain for Tesla and stuff like that. When you talk about free radiance and you're doing that stuff like that, they're going to come together on certain players, on certain systems. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're going to hold them down too. That's fun bits. I'm rolling pretty hard tonight. Well, this is a theoretical universe, blockchain systems on Schrodinger stuff, along simulated principles on what it does, and the kids are pumping that stuff out like bunny hunting. When we're in it like this, I'm a stonemason. I'm thermal rock. When that's my index for when I say the newscaster to probably handle 331 million people on I have to play clean. This is my defense, Your Honor. This is what survival was on principle, based the incident report of what's hammering down the pipes. It's a big order. It's a big order for a little thing. From that little spot right there, I like that. In charge, given the functions of the number, I wasn't ready for the trucking game, gas tanks. I need to run the system on that pump because that's where the money generator was, not to have the full stone mill to be able to capitalize a 30-year turn, on long scale investment. Well, I've seen Biden's system for retirement. He's talking about it like that, but indexes of those companies where I had that Fox index there set up like Jim, because he taught me the way in case he didn't show up that day. I needed to figure out that board for the week. This is the trouble kind of maker on what that does. And I really want to stabilize that thing for solid indexes of real companies while I'm dealing with China on the phone and Russia and who's got the best security defense stock on the math number for being in those standards. And certain times that's the player and the people. We use the physics. It's kind of one of those things that I'm softening off pretty hard right now when I look at my Jordan Patterson variation. You got, I love that one dude, I forget his name. He's an amazing kind of cowboy you want in there. It's like, whoa, almost, if I can't use that one. Where does it become functionally useful? Flow and function, just kind of all moving in the same turbulent flows. And again, these are always the same words. You're going to wind up saying them. The more you get used to hearing that wave function, well, it saw us going, this is the number. It's real scary, but I'll get Nancy Pelosi through that stone mill. Short order, really, well, if she does good for her index, it could be. I'm gonna make, me specifically, I'm gonna poke some things. That's how it comes around, simplify. That's the one on that one there. So, in here, I like the Robinhood rules, regs. I think, it seems like a good first standard model to. Anyways, this is going to be a timeline system. There's going to be several of them. They might be hidden little pieces of treasure and candy inside here. It's a good way to do it and get an own business of it, because it is its own business. When you get good enough past certain plates, there's businesses that need it on the operator, I think. We'll start talking about thousands of dollars. Turn that knot around to the crew first, based on their intelligent ladder standard, pay scale, testing systems. Just bad efficiency, really. I mean, honestly, Sarge, Sharp's case here. Well, that's a fun joke. There's always one of them in there. I got a lot of my own. Why are you here? This is that one. I'm challenging it too hard for some reason on some King Kong that had that number. This is that new system I have to have. You have it from here. You're going to do that system tomorrow, show up in the loader. Well, I love the board. Like I said, coming in with the Horseman Code, the Dust Contract Gambit for the Home Scal, Landscaper Builder. You know, that's your little blueprint there for getting into D&D. Sherpa's Goat Path, hard every day. You know, you get used to that standard. You're going to be King Leonidas inside of here about the Goat Path always was. And we were hoping you were doing that far end work. Usually comes in. Tell me about a story, brother. You know, get that rest of that 300,000 free Greeks running on this thing. Maybe not that crew back that day, that week. Different timeline on it. You know, that's how I would get it. Your people need timeline turnover on side of this in case that walks through the door. Anyways, spread the news. I wasn't there, and that's how King Leonidas wanted to describe it that day. Well, in terms of what it is, we don't. You know, that's the Goat Path. I don't necessarily need to be the big guy, but I'm trying to train that dude to take that number over and not just rip everything in half like a phone book. You know, we do different engineers. Wait a minute, just don't shoot the generator. Information, numbers, and standards. Quantum operators, you got name numbers on system. You know, that's... well, let's see, I may bet. So I usually do that, hedging the bets. Yeah, I talk about, you know, when I'm playing the pot, I occupy a higher wave function inside here, and that's the physics of n1/2, n1/3, 1/4, 1/5, and all the prime number patterns. You come at Euler's number, you bring a Schrodinger into the pack, man. I got all... You hit the run. You know, you got any of those systems running on there for the standard model. If you got one of those cutoffs, regardless of what that standard is, you know, and that hits me as a psychologist. You got expert witness and the colonies. Well, there's a timeline to certain thyroid grades in that Tweety bird outside. What's going on? Feed me. I didn't see it. Alright, nobody. Doomslayer bird. You have more information, you know, you run the system to what it does, or at least we have capital, you know, we have evidence of what it, as soon as I start asking a question about the rebuild, what I want in there, what gets the Edgar running the right efficiency on the standard is that wave function. They're big operators. They're wow, they're physics. I mean, skyscrapers are there, shear beams between that for timelines and road crew and bridge crew systems, drug and alcohol models, freedoms, a movement or any other right kind of deliberated by physics and Gauss law, thermodynamics, law of motion, binary standards, n numbers, irrational numbers, Planck distances, and Hubble's constant. The kid out there knows that number verbatim. That was the one you missed in the order of the pattern of that system based on certain real physics about what is that number. I'm that number for right now. We'll figure out how good you are with certain ones of these and which one's going to really last you inside here, not causing problems, not just with me, but anybody else in the room. It might be just me and you rabbit hunting. Figure out whatever, you know, bone we get tossed down here to how it works. So, I wish people give you a phone call, tell you, hey, I got questions on a thing, or hit the comment, like button, let me know. Snowden can suck it. Well, this is a heavy conceptual model. It's been kicked around for a long time, and worthy of some of those